Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I want to show you how I created this coffee cup. So to be able to make the coffee cup, we will start with a circle that we will extrude on the Z-axis. Then we will add a loop cut and scale it out like this. Then we bevel it. Then if you select the outer edge like this with Alt left click and press double G, you can slide the vertices like this. And I will also slide them down here a little bit. Something like this. Then I will extrude everything inwards and go into the side view and put on X-ray. And then I will select the edge on top like this. Then I will select vertex on the snap tool. Then when I press G, Z and Shift Tab, the vertices will snap to the vertice I'm selecting or hovering over. And I will do this on the top and on the bottom as well. Like this. Then, out of X-ray mode, I will slide this line like this, downwards with double G. Then I will select the faces, Alt left click and delete them. Then I will select the edges, press F, and also edges here, press F. So now we have a outside and an inside. Then for the handle, I will select some faces like this, then extrude them in the X-axis, then press SX to snap them in the X-axis so they get aligned with each other. Then I want to make these faces face each other, so I will select these edges and also move them in a little bit on the X-axis. So now they're pointing towards each other. Now we can select the faces like this, then press Ctrl E and bridge edge loops. Then we can turn up the number of cuts and we can shade out to smooth, or in 4.1 it says shade smooth by angle. And also I will see these blue lines, so if you see these blue lines, press then Ctrl E and clear sharp. Then I will add a subdivision surface modifier, turn it up to like 3 or 2. Then to get rid of this weird shading, we need to select the face like this. You see it in X-ray mode. Then press I one time and move it in a little bit. We can also add a loop cut on the edge like this, but if you want that sort of smooth corner, don't add a loop cut. And for the bottom, press Alt left click and insert this too. So now we have a bottom and we have a nice face down here. But since that is not showing in my render, it doesn't really matter. We will do the similar things on top here. And I will also do this like this. So now we have a very beautiful cup. If you want to add a like coffee in your coffee cup, you can select one edge, the inner edge like this. Then you can press Shift D to make it another object. Then you press P, selection. And then if you go into object mode and select this one, now you have another circle. But this circle is perfectly matched on the inner edge like this. And then you can go into edit mode, select everything with A and press F. So now you have a coffee cup and you have some sort of material in the cup. And in the shading later on, we can shade this brown and we can shade this cup another color. So it looks like it's coffee. So we will do that right now. We can also shade everything, we can also scale everything down a little bit and add a plane, scale it up. Then I will add a HDRI in the world texture, and you can find the HDRIs on Polyheaven and other sites. And I'm gonna use a indoor scene that I use for quite a lot of my projects. And if we go into the shader viewport, we will be able to see the HDRI that I'm using. So now the only thing I have to add is a camera and some textures. And now when I have created the camera, I can also press Ctrl Alt and then 0 on my numpad, and the camera will snap into the viewport. We can also go to View, Align View, and Align Active Camera to View, and it will work as the same thing. We can also now press 0 on the numpad to snap into the camera view. And to make it easier for our computer, we can press Ctrl B in the camera view, and we get this sort of cross, and we can hold left click and drag across the screen to only render in the camera viewport. And since this is Eevee, doesn't really change anything, but if we change to cycles, we see a big difference. The camera now only renders the parts that are in this square. So if we do it like this, it only renders this. And I will also change some things here to make it easier for my computer. Like this. Now this is looking very good. I can also now add the textures, and I will make the cup into a gray color. And for the color, I will go to coat and I will turn up the weight to have this like shiny effect. Then in here, I will turn down the color to gray. Something like that. And then for the coffee, we can make it a brown color. And in here, we can also turn down the roughness either here, but I do recommend we can turn on coat and change the color here instead. And turn this to white. Like this. And for the background or ground, I will have a bluish color and turn it down a little bit. Then I will also add some lights in the scene, area lights. Scale them down to something like this. And now under this thing, I will change to 3D cursor. So now when we rotate this, it will rotate around the middle. So I want to have a light above and on the side and on the other side. So I will Shift D and then R, Y, move it to the side like this. Then Shift D, R, Y, and move it to the other side like this. Alright, so one thing more that I want to change is the look. And it's under color managements and look. And then I like very high contrast, and you get very high contrast. Or you can change to punchy. I sort of like this punchy look. Now, also the HDRI, I will change the rotation to have the light a bit different, like this. And you can mix this around with your own HDRI. Just go to the mapping node. Also, I noticed that I did this without thinking. I have the node wrangler enabled. So whenever I press Ctrl T on a background like this, it gives me these for me. So go to Edit and Preferences and search up Node Wrangler in the add-ons section. Right, we are looking kind of good right here. So I will just make this a little bit darker. Right, so this is about it. I hope you like this video. And if you do, leave it a like. And if you want to see more of these videos, don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you in the next video.